All right, let's talk about Blessing CEO. Shout out to 𝙃𝙃𝙄𝙎 because I'm reacting to their stuff. But yeah, let's go through this video. I want you to listen carefully to this video. Share your thoughts in the chat and let's talk about it. Okay. She has a word for you ladies.
Married women, tell me waiting they happen. What's going on? Like, what is happening? Talk to me. Like, let's talk sister to sister, woman to what is happening. Married women, what is happening? Your husbands are beginning to find out. Like, you're overdoing. I know that when a woman wants to do her own, we can overdo. I know a lot of men are cheating, they have baby mamas and psychic, I understand. But your husbands are beginning to find that they are now doing DNA without your consent. My married women, what is going on? The cheating is becoming so alarming, and you are cheating shamelessly. Like, what happened? What happened? What happened? Your husband are beginning to find out these small boys you are sleeping with. They now know. Many of them now know that you are cheating. They are waiting to catch you red-handed and disguised. What is going on? Is it lack of communication? He's not hitting you well? Are you guys not talking about it? Waiting they happen. It's becoming married women. Tell me, waiting they happen. So bad. So bad that a lot of married women are becoming more wayward than single girls. This is a cause for alarm. Like, a lot of married women have become so shameless when it comes to sleeping around with small boys. Has it gotten that bad? Has it gotten really that bad? Like, why is it so hard when the marriage is not working for you to take a walk or for you to just give space? Why do you have to stay in a marriage and be debasing yourself and be reducing yourself? Why? Why? Because it's becoming so embarrassing. And the annoying part about women is the fact that we are emotional beings. You will sleep with these men and sleep to the point that you do this thing without protection and get pregnant and hang it on your husband's head. Like, what kind of evil is that? What's so bad? What manner of witchcraft are you practicing? What is it? If this marriage is not working, take a walk. Eh? Even if you say you want to do this waka, use protection now. I'm not saying married women should cheat, but I'm saying you are an adult now. I cannot hold your 𝙃𝙃𝙄𝙎, but protect yourself now. You know all these small boys also sleep with all these small girls that are hovering around with infection. Protect your family now. Like, I don't know how a married woman is cheating and she gets so carried away with cheating, forgetting that she has a family to protect. Don't even give me that. And what about men? Men to cheat. Don't give me that. Don't give me that, please. Don't give me. Men are more in the receiving end. Don't give me that. You are not a man. If a man is cheating on you and you feel you cannot take it, it is stupid for you to start using cheating to revenge with your husband or your husband. It's foolishness to use cheating to revenge. No. What manner of witchcraft are you practicing? What is it?
Juju be that?
The revenge. There are lots of ways to than debasing yourself, than sleeping with boys that are not worth it just because you want to revenge to your husband that he's cheating or because he has a baby man or whatever, bad attitude your husband have. What's your excuse? What is your excuse? That your husband is a cheat, your husband is not good in bed, your husband has what is your excuse? Give me that flimsy excuse. I want to hear it. It is arrant foolishness. If your husband is cheating or your husband is misbehaving, you talk about it. If you feel that the marriage is no longer working, you give space. You don't have to disrespect yourself or debase yourself or reduce yourself just because you want to revenge with a man. Revenging with your body is using 𝙃𝙃𝙄𝙎 to revenge to your husband. Like, who does that? You reduce yourself and sleep just because your husband decides to be silly.
Sorry about that.
Play like it's becoming so alarming. Even people who come for therapy, come on now, it's too much. And the annoying part is that the women are becoming so careless that it's now on the street. Like, you shamelessly take off your rings. You shamelessly take these boys to your matrimonial homes. You shamelessly take these boys to your kids, like your children even know most of the guys that you're sleeping with. Has it gotten that bad that you can no longer at least protect your children? Please. It's becoming very, very disgraceful. And the most annoying part is that as a woman, don't even tell me to mind my business. Because if you ask me to mind my business, I'm going to be very upset with you. Just because your husband, because like this, the men will begin to categorize us and put us in the same class. When we also marry tomorrow, our husbands will begin to see us like every other woman that they read here or they see there. It's affecting us. Now, just because of your misbehavior. So it's affecting the women community, the women association, our gender. God us just because of you debase yourself. You reduce the woman's gender just because you want to have 1 minute pleasure. If the marriage is not working, take a walk. Instead of disgracing our gender. Please, it's becoming irritating. If you know you are tired of the marriage and the marriage is no longer giving the satisfaction that you want and you can no longer communicate with your husband, take a walk. You don't have to bring disgrace to yourself and your entire generation just because you want to enjoy a few minutes pleasure that your husband cannot give to you. When you were desperately choosing the... Because when you finish misbehaving without looking at the red flags, without taking your time to read his background, you said we should mind our business. When you were desperately getting married and you did not want to pay attention, you said we should mind our business. You said you did not care. All you wanted was a man in your life. All you wanted was the ring and to pepper them on Instagram. Why is it a big issue right now? Why are you complaining about the same things that you accepted? You asked us to mind our business.
Hey! I hear me,
On you, now you are saying that he's a woman. Didn't you see all those things? Or you were desperately getting into the marriage, thinking that when you enter a marriage, you're going to change the man. Now the man is changing you into something you don't even recognize, into something you don't even like. Please. This is becoming one of the most annoying things. If you know as a woman that you're married and your marriage is not working, don't sleep around. That's the most thing to do, to say you are revenging to your husband just because you want to start sharing your kwekus up and down without... I have said it over and over. I'm going to keep repeating it. Culture will not what do they even say? Exposure will not change that mindset. Women are at the receiving end. We suffer the most. We are collectors and we are keepers. When you understand that you're a collector and you're a keeper, you will guard yourself. Men are givers. That's the reason why when all this repercussion, it affects us the most. We suffer the most because we collect and we keep. We stop. I have said it over and over. I'm going to keep repeating it. Culture will not what do they even say? Exposure will not change that mindset. Women are at the receiving end. We...
He shock you.
All right, she's done. She went on and on and on and on. Let me see what y'all think about it. Honestly, anytime Blessing wants to talk, I'm like, killer two deal. What happened? So it's kind of interesting the angle she brought in today. You know, Blessing does some things like this once in a while. She will say something that makes sense of like, I'm gonna fully balisha. But let me say, married women are now woke. Yeah, we gotta be careful, ladies. But listen, there's some men that will listen to this and they will start getting overly excited. Somebody's holding them accountable. Like, you don't know Blessing CEO like that too. I'm out, Yara and brain. Man, when I've been doing it since, it's not new. Thank you. This is the part that I need everybody to understand. There's nothing new. There's more noise because of social media. Be guided. If you start to internalize this kind of story, see when she first started talking, I'm like, Talumba, who are you talking about now? Listen, there are women who do this. That's a fact. But they're not new. It's not new now. Why are you telling a bunch of young people indirectly that this is just how it goes out there. But okay, she has a point. She has something like somebody said, good message. It's juju on both sides, both men and women, right? We wants to know, she wants to know so she can use it to her advantage. I beg, which trash can is she using as a platform to get her imaginary high horse? Jesus. Angela said, what of the men? She knew you were gonna say that too, by the way. People like Blessing, they know all the right things. Like a lot of these actresses, they act a lot of these stories, and then when they behave, you're like, you're the one share all these good lessons with us in all this story. Why are you like this in public now? Right? But let me tell you something. Human beings don't be amazed. They will say one thing. When action comes to life, it's like something else entirely. That's why I said, get yourself off any crazy pedestal you put yourself on. Relax, okay? Be guided and ask for favor, God to help you in the path you want to go. This I will never. The devil knows where to come for you. It's going to be from a blind spot. But because you are so busy, gung-ho, stuck on you will never, which is not accurate. There's no never or always that's accurate. It's all lies, okay? But I get it. You think you never, right? Until it shows up, right? But, the Blessing CEO is an example of that. She will say one thing. A lot of things she said that made sense, but I'm just wondering who is she talking to, because everybody don't behave like this. But I get it. Well, it's internal. Let's just generalize. No, that's stupid. You're raising a bunch of people that internalize it, and they will think the whole world is like that. So I don't agree with, let's just make it okay for everyone to lose guard and start generalizing. I don't agree with that. Okay, we all generalize to a large extent already. So people are outrightly just generalizing and just casting wide net everywhere. No, speak to the women that you know speak to them directly, right? Because what you focus on expands. You've never heard that before? Negative or positive. I know it doesn't make sense. What if it's negative and I'm just trying to fix it and I'm focused on it? It will expand. Do you not understand that this is not about your abilities to do anything? It's not about your ability, all this kind of. It's not about any of that stuff. Your abilities in the poto when you don't understand emotional intelligence, when you don't understand that you need your own God. You need God to help you through this journey. What? You think you can just be intentional or just do the right thing? And Satan will just sit there and like, who is Satan? You yourself. The biggest Satan is you. So I think body must suffer, man. Those men, who are they to speak or judge women in the first place? Aren't they doing the same things? Listen, she's talking about women. Angela, she's talking about women today. If the wife leaves, the understanding side chick will have to deal with the wahala. They want the wives to calm down so the status quo remains. I think she has a point. I just think that message is not for everyone. I think she has a point. I don't think the message is for everyone. It's useless to cast that message onto the internet when majority of women don't behave that way. It's like you're just looking to chase clout. You know that extreme polarized views gather people. Like I just made her even extra popular. She can take that, She just got a little bit of extra attention. I'm just telling you, when you hear things like this on the internet, don't overreact to it. It is what it is. Just ask, who are you talking to, auntie? I'm sure there's somebody who is misbehaving, who is bringing all those little boys to their matrimonial home on their bed. I know. But who are you? Why are you telling the rest of us 5 million monitoring spirits this? Who are the persons you are talking about? Mention names or forever hold your peace. But of course, she's not going to mention it because she wants to. She knows that the people that relate with this type of story, they will engage that content, and it does make platforms go wide, grow very fast. That's the truth. Okay, so it is what it is. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, Princess, good to see you, Princess. But let me go on to the next one here. I'm not sure the lesson here for you and there's nobody on this platform that behaved the way that Auntie is saying. If you are here, ọjọ́ gbogbo ni tó le, ọjọ́ kan ni tó nìkan. Ọjọ́ kan ni, right? So I'm sure you don't need me to preach to you because you already know that you're doing something wrong. But majority of us that were here, we don't move this way. When you hear stories like this, don't hear it and then start saying, everybody's everywhere behaving. No, it's not true. It's not true. Content creators are vicious. They will do anything for another $1 of super chat. That's what I want you to pay attention to. Okay. All right. I'll be right back. Let's move on so we can finish on time.